What's up, guys, and welcome to my review for episodes 1 and 2 of the new Star Wars series, The Acolyte. This takes place about 100 years before Star Wars The Phantom Menace takes place during the time of the Jedi in their prime. There will be spoilers in this video, so if you haven't seen the show yet, I would recommend you watch it. And then watch this, or maybe you just don't care, but this is a murder mystery. Basically what happened, these two sisters, they're young, they are living on their planet. There's 4 Jedi that are based there. Something happens that we don't know yet, and this sister lights fire to the planet. I don't really know exactly how much fire there was, but there was a fire that destroyed her people. It killed her family. So the Master Soul, says that he thought that this sister died, and the other one survived and was taken to be a Jedi, but then left the Jedi Order. Cutting to present day, the sister that left the Order is doing what the R2 units do, going outside of ships and fixing problems, kind of like a mechanic in a sense. And the other sister, everybody thinks she's dead, but she's been studying under somebody, under some dark figure who's masked and kind of looks like a Kylo Ren type of figure. And she's been training under him. She doesn't have a lightsaber or anything. She just got these little knives that she carries around. But she wants revenge for what happened on the planet and those 4 Jedi that were stationed on her planet. It's a little convoluted. We don't know exactly what happened yet. But she wants revenge. In these first 2 episodes, she kills 2 of the 4. In the first episode, the first 10 minutes, Carrie-Anne Moss is supposed to, you see her in the trailer, like, wow, she's going to be a Jedi. Can't wait to see what she's going to do. Yeah, she's killed off in 10 minutes. So look, that's all the plot to the show so far. And do I like the show? Do I not like the show? Look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I am a huge Star Wars fan. What's my favorite movie of all time? I'm going to say Star Wars. People are going to say, what's Star Wars? It's either Revenge of the Sith, Empire Strikes Back, or A New Hope. Star Wars, my favorite film, my favorite series. I love Star Wars. So I'm going into this, just like I've gone into every other Disney Plus Star Wars series, extremely hopeful and with an open mind. Now, was I let down by any of these series? Look, I think that out of however many we've gotten so far, we've got 3 Mandalorian seasons, we've got a Boba Fett show, an Obi-Wan show, and the Ahsoka show. So I believe this is the 7th live-action series they're doing. Out of all that, I would say Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2 are the best. Mandalorian season 3 I thought was kind of bullshit. The Obi-Wan Kenobi had its moments, but overall, kind of disappointing. The Book of Boba Fett, I liked it, but by the end of that show, you didn't know if it was a Mandalorian season 2.5 or what it was. But overall, I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was great, but I thought it was fine. Ahsoka, I really liked. That's probably my 3rd favorite after the Mandalorian seasons. There's things that didn't work in that show for me, but overall, I like that show more than a lot of other people. And Baylan Skoll, played by Ray Stevenson, the late great Ray Stevenson, has become one of my favorite Star Wars characters. So whatever they do with that character, I'm really hopeful that they do Ray Stevenson justice. But I like that show more than many. So this show, as of right now, it's kind of in the middle for me. I don't love it, but I don't dislike it either. But I do have problems with it. I don't think it's great. And look, some of the issues I'll get into are right off the bat. Look, I don't care if you want to kill off Carrie-Anne Moss's character, right in the first 10 minutes of the show. The action, I thought the action was pretty good. And the effects and everything, there's only like 2 or 3 moments where I thought the green screen was a little questionable. But other than that, I thought it looked pretty good. And the show has like $160-70 million budget. So it better look good. And it does. All the action I thought looked really cool. But what happens is, in this fight, she gets stabbed in the chest, goes to the ground and dies. The knives that this girl's carrying around about this big, and Carrie-Anne Moss gets killed. by a knife going into her chest about this big. Now, I think that Disney's Star Wars version of Star Wars, they're starting to break their own rules. Because if you have a character in 1999, Qui-Gon Jinn, who was killed by Darth Maul with a lightsaber through the chest, out the back, dead. Okay, cut to present day, we have Disney Star Wars putting a lightsaber through Sabine Wren, but her waking up the next morning and, being healed some miraculous way. You see the lightsaber going through her body. Okay, who else? There's another character that gets stabbed, Riva from the Obi-Wan show. She was stabbed twice, I believe, as a kid and as a damn adult. It was weird how that was done, but she survived it. She survived it. How the hell did she survive it? I don't know. But a tiny little knife through the chest, she can't survive it? I mean, it was a little ridiculous to me. So that kind of angered me a little bit. And then there's like something that happens 5 minutes later when Osha, the lead character, goes out and she's doing one of her jobs on the outside of the ship, and there's a fire on the outside of the ship. And it's a fire in space. So that kind of took me out a little bit. And she stops to look at this fire that's happening in outer space, to remember the fire in her past. So it's like, I get it, what she's trying to do, but why you could have had an interior fire? Why are you having an exterior fire in space? I just think it was a little stupid. Other than that, I think the story moves extremely quickly. I mean, like I said, she kills 2 of the 4 Jedi that she wants to kill, and one of the 4 is the main older Jedi, who's kind of reminiscent of like a Qui-Gon Jinn type character, who I really like. I really like this guy, but she fights him as well and escapes at the end of the second episode, which is another. I know this is kind of going all over the place, but it's just kind of my thoughts on these 2 episodes. The end of the second episode, he gives May a gun or a blaster or whatever it is, and he says, she used to be a Jedi, she knows how to use that, she's good with it, or whatever. She shoots it twice at her sister, misses both times. Now, a theory of mine is maybe she did that on purpose. Maybe she did that on purpose. I don't know. But when they're saying, your sister's alive, and she's like, you lie. It's like, no, bring her out. Like, bring her out. Show her. Like, I just don't understand. There was so many things in the script that I was just kind of like, why are you doing that? It just doesn't make any sense. Bring this character out. Bring her out. And, just stupid stuff. When she's on the edge of there's a scene in the first episode where the Jedi are getting Osha, and she's at the side of the cliff, and there's a lot of snow, and she's like, please believe me, I didn't do it. And he's like, okay, step forward. And she's like, please believe me, I didn't do it. Like, no one's pointing a gun at you. I mean, what's the deal? Step forward. And then she steps back, and then she's caught by the Force and all this. And she says, my sister's alive, because she's having visions of her in her dream or in her sleep, whatever the case may be. And Master Soul says, I believe you. When 5 minutes ago, he says, it's impossible that she could be alive. And it's not even like she was saying, hey, I saw my sister. She's having visions of her. She's saying May is alive. She's having visions of her. Okay. I said, whatever. It just was a little ridiculous, some of the things in the screenplay. The guy that May is working with that makes the poison, that the Jedi just comes out of hibernation willingly and just drinks the poison and says, I've been waiting for you. Let me drink this. I'm sorry for what happened. Whoop, like, oh, you're just going to off yourself just like that? Okay. So that was a little ridiculous to me. But when the Jedi, when I say the Jedi, I mean Soul is Padawan, Osha, and the other guy, who I don't like the other guy. The other guy, he doesn't feel like a Jedi. He doesn't feel like a real character. You first see him with the Nemoidians, and the Nemoidian is speaking. He's like, tell me the truth, tell me the truth. And he goes, oh, and he uses the Force. Like, you're using a Jedi mind trick, but not in the right way. So is that an issue of, is the showrunner, the writer, the director, did they not completely understand the Force and the philosophies of Jedi? I don't know. But when they're going off to find Master Torben, Osha sees an image of her sister and slips off. So she can get into the room first to pick up the empty vial of poison. And then for everybody else to come in to have like a throwaway moment of tension, which there is no tension, where she's like, "I didn't do this," and then the other guy comes in and he says, "Oh, I've been watching her since she steered away. She didn't do it." It's like, okay, like why did she even steer off in the first place? Then there's a lot of stupid stuff in the script. I feel like it could have been better. I just feel like it's a little sloppy. It's a little sloppy, and these events are happening so fast. I can't get emotionally invested into it. I'm entertained by it. It's very entertaining, and I'm like interested to see what happens next. But I'm not like emotionally invested into it or anything because things are just happening so quickly that I'm just kind of along for the ride, even though I don't really care. I'm interested in it, and that's kind of my overall thoughts with this. I'm liking it, but I'm not emotionally invested into it. But I am entertained by it. But I just think Star Wars should be held at such a higher standard. I mean, they are pumping out so much lately, and it's just not special anymore. Star Wars doesn't feel special anymore, and it should. And I think that was one of the great things about it was it would disappear for a little while. From the Revenge of the Sith to the Force Awakens release, you are never going to have that kind of excitement again. Leading up to the Force Awakens in 2015, you're never going to have that excitement again because Disney just keeps pumping stuff out. And it's not going to end. We got a Skeleton Crew show coming out. We've got a Mandalorian season 4, which is going to be a movie, which I guess they're still going to do a season 4, or maybe this is going to, I don't know what their plan is with that, but there's a Mandalorian and Grogu movie coming out. There's just a Rey movie coming out taking place 15 years after episode 9 that they're not calling episode 10. It's like I don't really think they know what the hell they're doing over there, and it's just like they're throwing crap at the wall, and then whatever sticks they're going to go with. So it's a shame, the state of Star Wars today, but I'm still a fan, but I just don't think the material is as good as it used to be. I mean, Rogue One is probably their best film. I mean, The Force Awakens is good, but I mean, from what it sets up, there's just no payoff to any of it. And the later films, that's just strictly a setup film, a fun setup film, where they kill Han Solo for no reason because there was no, I don't know, that was just a different conversation. But the whole thing, yeah, I like it. I'm excited to see what happens next. I mean, she's going after the Wookiee next, and after the Wookiee's dead, if the Wookiee dies, then all she's got left is the fourth, the master. But just some of the dialogue where she's like, "I've killed 2 of the. I'm gonna kill 4 Jedi. I've killed 2 of the 4 Jedi already. I've only got 2 left. You're running out of time. No, you're running out of Jedi." Like, just some of the dialogue is a little cringy to me. But yeah, I like it. I don't love it. It's not special, but it's not terrible. It's okay. Would I recommend it? It's watchable. It's entertaining. But I mean, if you want like great Star Wars content, I don't think this is it. Not yet, anyway. We'll see. This is just the first 2 episodes. So we'll see what happens next. So that's my thoughts on The Acolyte, episodes 1 and 2. Guys, comment your thoughts down below. Did you see this? What did you think about it? Are you excited for it? Do you think it's great? Do you think it's bad? What's your favorite Star Wars Disney Plus series? What's your favorite Disney Star Wars film? Leave that down below. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We got a bunch of reviews coming out in the future. I'm going to be reviewing Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban for his 20th anniversary. That's going to be going up tomorrow. Reviews for The Strangers Chapter 1, Inside Out 2, Hitman, bunch of other stuff coming on the channel. You come back, check that out. And you can follow me on Twitter and or X at RyanKing72 and Instagram and TikTok at KingRises131. That's been it for me. Thank you so much for watching my reviews for episodes 1 and 2 of the Acolyte. And until next time, over and out.